Hello Aquarius, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess. I'm here to do your reading for the week of October the 7th to the 13th. Firstly, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I'm most grateful to have you on board, and if you haven't subscribed yet and my readings resonate with you, please join me. We're getting a nice big crowd here, so I can bring you the messages that you need to hear. If my readings don't resonate with you, as I always say, move on. You do not have to put a thumbs down. If they haven't resonated, you just moved on. If Spirit doesn't give you a message that you need, then it's best to check out other aspects of your birth chart, such as your moon, your rising or ascendant, or your Venus. A thumbs down doesn't help at all. I don't make the messages up. They come from Spirit. So please just move on. If you don't know how to do your birth chart, if that is your problem, look up Cafe Astrology. Have a really easy birth chart. You just have to know where you were born, what time you were born, and pretty much that's it. So, and obviously your date of birth, and it will work it out all for you and lead you in the right direction. And actually, it's really good to have an understanding of your birth chart. Really is quite enlightening. Cards I'm using are Ellen Dugan's Witch's Tarot. Okay, and first out we have the Six of Wands. Nice, Aquarius. The Six of Wands talks about having a victory. So this is about moving forward, you know, in a way where you've actually accomplished something. You're being congratulated here. I love that there's plenty of new growth on the wand too, and he's got a wreath on there too, which sort of is like a congratulate. That's a marker, isn't it, for, you know, achieving something pretty amazing. But you've definitely achieved something this week. Something is definitely, you've had some sort of recognition is the word I'm looking for. Okay, so the first card out, we have the Nine of Wands. Now, the Nine of Wands, it shows what we call the wounded warrior. In this card, she's a little bit more feisty. She's standing up to protect herself here. And it's about, you know, you can see the sun in the background and gloomy skies. This is about standing up for your rights. It's about protecting what's yours. But it's also about understanding that you need to have boundaries too when you're either working with people. Wow. Somebody just fell down the stairs outside. And not in a bad way, they're okay. I'd have gone out to help if I thought it was a bad way. So this is the card of what they call the wounded warriors. So what it basically means is you've been through something lots of times, and now you're a little bit defensive about whether to, you know, allow someone into your space because you've been hurt, you know, in the past. Now, I sort of like this because you had that Six of Wands, which is a victory card. So for me, Aquarius, it's about you being able to understand in order to move in your life and have people treat you with respect that you have to put boundaries in place. So it's very much that sort of energy. Okay, so the next card out is the Seven of Swords. So you may have had to do this because you've perhaps dealt with people that haven't been, you know, on the up and up in the past. This card can often talk about, you know, sneaky behaviour or deceptive behaviour. And I feel like in this reading it's definitely coming through as the sort of card it's meant to be. So for me, I truly see that perhaps you've been dealing with people in the past that haven't had your best interest at heart. And now you're understanding about how you need to put boundaries in place to have success. So this could be about relationships, it could be about work, but it's about standing your ground and understanding that you're, you know, worthy of better things, or you are, you know, deserving of respect. But in order to do that, you've got to respect yourself. And with the Six of Wands coming up in the beginning and then the Nine of Wands, that says to me, somehow you've understood this and now you're putting things in place to make sure people don't take advantage of you going forward. And then we have the Eight of Wands. So first I've got to say, a lot of fiery energy in your reading, Aquarius. So there could be some dealings with fire signs here, or fiery people. A Leo comes to mind here, and I don't know why, because there is no Leo card. So some of you will resonate with that. Now, the Eight of Wands talks about messages coming in quickly. It also talks about the arrows of love. But it's definitely about passion and growth, fast growth. It could mean that somebody's starting to send you messages. Maybe you've had a relationship in the past, or relationships in the past, where you haven't had you know, really good partners, and perhaps now you've met someone who might be a fire sign, and because you've put these boundaries in place and said to them, you know what, I won't accept that, I won't accept that, this is the way I need it to be, perhaps they're responding in a way that's what you needed, because now you're getting some very fiery, passionate messages from this person. Okay, now the Four of Pentacles comes out next, and the Four of Pentacles talks about hanging on to something. Now, if this is something where you've been hanging on to something for good reason, and I note there's a wreath above the door again too, so that might be significant. Because I feel like in this card, there's still some hanging on to things, and it could be that even though you've put boundaries in place, perhaps you really don't trust where this person's taking you. Your past energies are still with you here. That's interesting. Because I feel like even though you've done everything you needed to do and you feel victorious, there's still this energy here that you don't quite trust where you're being taken. You are hanging on to things. And this guy's got it across his chest too, which means he's protecting his heart. So I feel like even though this is really good and it's taking you to a place that you should be going, there's still protection over your heart here. Okay, so you could be dealing with the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords represents Gemini, Aquarius and Libra. I feel this person's quite fiery. So it could be they have a lot of fire energy in their birth chart. Because I feel like, so the King of Swords is often a man who is seen as emotionally cold because he's very analytical. He's in his head. He thinks a lot. And this is represented with his swords energy. He can be quite straightforward, quite direct. He can also be, you know, someone who's an astute businessman. He could be very, very good at his work and his craft. He may be a lawyer, a doctor, anything in the position of needing to either deal with people directly, cutting people out, politician, or he can be someone who is, you know, it's his voice, his word is needed, like, as I said, a lawyer, or someone who does presentations, a speaker, possibly a teacher or a leader. He is a little bit cold. Now, I don't see him as manipulative when he's upright, so I'm not going to say that there's anything wrong with this person, because I think that despite the fact they're coming across as an air sign, they are actually just, they may be a bit of a thinker, but they are also very, very fiery, and I get this very fiery energy with this reading. So it makes me think that even though they sort of are this sort of more composed person, underneath them there's like this burning fire, a passion. And it feels like this is the person you're dealing with at the moment. Now then we have the Seven of Wands, again acknowledging all this energy around the wands. And you're an Aquarius, so it could be that you have a lot of fire in your chart as well. So you need to check that out. But what I like here is that you have put in your boundaries and you're standing up for yourself. But what's happening here is it's feeling like you're overdoing this a bit. It's almost like you're becoming defensive. You're hanging on to this energy of not trusting where you're going, even though this feels like a very trusting energy. This person feels like you can trust them, that they're being extremely honest and straightforward with you, but you're still hanging on to this energy where you feel like you need to defend yourself all the time. Now, if someone's accepted those boundaries, you don't have to keep fighting them. If you've seen red flags, by all means, you know, say to people, I'm not going to deal with that, I'm not going to put up with that, but don't constantly look for that. Because it looks like a good relationship. Yeah, look, here's the Leo card after all that. Isn't that interesting? So this is the card of strength. And what this tells me is that actually you are really strong at the moment. I do feel like you doubt this about yourself, though. You're hanging on to stuff and you're not letting it go. So you need to understand that you can't keep fighting all the time because you're scared. I'm surprised we haven't got the Fool here, because It sort of looks like you need to take a bit of a leap of faith here, because this is the Ten of Pentacles energy. That's what I said to you. It seems to me like a very honest and true relationship, but you're so bad. You've been so hurt in the past. You've fought so much in the past that now you're not trusting this new relationship. So you have to start trusting that this person is offering you everything here. Family, security, stability, all coming in for you in that Ten of Pentacles. Okay, oh, look at this. Okay, see, it's a soulmate relationship. Could even be more than that, because the energy is really good. Aquarius, you need to accept that this is for you. The universe has brought you in something beautiful. Don't fight it. Give it a chance. Give it a chance, because it's there for you. Oh, ouch. I feel like the reason this has come in is because you are so busy fighting this and not allowing this. They're going to bring you in this energy, because you need to break down some of the things. Okay, let me tell you about the Tower. What I see here is a person that has had so many bad experiences. They are not able to accept this new experience because they keep looking for things that can go wrong rather than understanding what could be right here. And I feel like this is really right, and this supports this. What you've got here is a gift from above, like it's a solid relationship, but you're still living in the past here. You've got to let it go. You've got to accept that this is the right person for you. And I feel this is what you're doing now in this Tower moment. It's almost like you're having this realization that this person is right for you. You may be falling in love with them. And somehow or another, this is going to break down those walls that you've put up around your heart. Because there's victory here. Like you had that victory card in the beginning. I like it. It's beautiful reading. Because it's saying that what you've learned about yourself, what you're taking yourself forward, you're bringing into this relationship. Let it go. Past is past. Give everybody a brand new go. Because to me, this is beautiful, apart from the Tower coming in like that. So for me, this Tower for you is about you breaking down these ideas you have about love or yourself or this situation. It's a beautiful, beautiful reading. It's very fiery. There's a lot of passion here. A lot of passion for you, Aquarius. It's a beautiful, beautiful relationship. Don't turn it away. Okay, so this is the card of Fiona from the Angel Oracle. And she says, now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. So maybe it's about just asking, you know, the universe to help you to have the trust to accept this is the right way to go. Because I really feel here this is a beautiful relationship. You just have to let go of your baggage. It's affecting you here. Thanks, Aquarius.